there, beer tubers. Welcome back to Maxwell Starr's Beer Review. Tonight we're going to take a look at another Pump House brew. This time we're going to take a look at Pump House S.O.B. Special Old Bitter. Not the other thing. Anyway, this one from Canada's Brewery of the Year in 2005. From Moncton, New Brunswick, located on 131 Mill Road, Moncton, New Brunswick, or 5 Orange Lane. I think one's the bottling plant and one's the brewery itself. Brewery's got a nice brew pub. This one is one that was, I believe this has been available at the Pump House Brewery for years, but in 2009 they decided to finally bottle it and ship it around the Maritimes. I believe it's available in New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. I don't know if it's got any further coverage than that. It's an English style bitter, 5% ABV. It's got like a reddish chrome kind of color, like a on the label, as well as a picture of like 3 little hops. Otherwise, it's the standard Pump House label. Anyway, let's crack it open. It's got the usual Pump House red cap. One of the things that Pump House I really take their name from is 2 reasons. The Pump House Brewery is actually founded in a retired, like an abandoned fire hall. Secondly, is the founder of the brewery is actually a volunteer firefighter. Or, I don't know if he's volunteer. Yeah, he's a firefighter. That's what I think I've heard. Anyway, let's give this a pour. Set that down. Knock it over too much. A little over 2 fingers ahead now. I've let this one warm up a bit in order to bring out some of the flavors and smells. So it's kind of a little extra carbonated than usual. It's got a somewhat cloudy appearance, but it's still on the transparent side. As you can see, around the edges at least, you can still make out parts of my kitchen stove here, as well as you might be able to see a bit of the bottle. It does have like a slightly cloudy appearance, but you do still see the carbonation coming up through the glass. It's not as, as far as unfiltered beers go, it's not as cloudy as I was kind of thinking it would be. There we go. Nice, generous, poofy head though. The head's kind of got like a pillowy appearance. Yeah, it's kind of like finer bubbles, interspersed with around the edges. It's got larger bubbles. In some parts around the outside, it's actually getting like a little sort of a Swiss cheese effect. It does look nice. The color-wise, it's kind of like a slightly golden color down the bottom. For the most part, it's orange. Definitely looks nice. Let's give it a sniff. It's got a strange smell. Like, there's definitely a hoppy aroma in there. But it's got like a kind of like a citrus pulp kind of smell. Almost like lemony or grapefruit pulp. Like if you were to have a grapefruit in the morning, you know how the grapefruit smells, and that pulp that comes with it, like the actual fiber itself, gives off this kind of strange rindy kind of smell, like maybe like peel, but it's not quite that. It's There's faint hints of other things in there, like caramel. It actually smells like it gives it a little bit of a salty almost kind of smell, a saline kind of smell. And a touch of sweetness, just a gentle touch of like brown sugar. The smells overall are faint, even when it's been warmed up. Might have something to do with the gratuitous amount of head that I got off of this beer, but for the most part, it's that orange, lemon, grapefruit, predominantly like red grapefruit, pulpy kind of smell, which is certainly pleasing. That's definitely a hop aroma. Just a faint touch of malts in the back. Let's give it a taste. It's predominantly grapefruit bitter with a touch of like floral bitter. Definitely a bit earthy as well. There's a touch of brown sugar malt in the back. Touch of caramel. But there's definitely, like, the most predominant taste is the bitterness. And it lingers on for quite some time. Like, I'm still feeling it. I just took a swig a couple seconds ago. And it's still bitter in the back of my throat. And there's a gentle sweetness in the back, as previously described, but it's mostly bitter. And that bitterness is somewhat decentralized in the back, throughout the mouth, like in the front of the mouth, the back of the mouth, all over the tongue. And it lingers slightly in the roof of the back of the mouth, as well as the back of the tongue. And there's a hint of that pulpy taste that I was picking up in the smell as well. And you do pick up a hint of salt, but it's nothing off-putting. It's definitely good. Mouthfeel-wise, it's kind of medium bodied. It's not like heavy or anything. It's crisp. The carbonation in it gives it a almost like creamy sensation as it goes down, but it finishes very dry. The dryness fades away into that lingering bitterness in the back. It's very nice. It's good. I'm going to sit down with this one for a bit, and I'll be right back with some thoughts. And we're back. So what did I think of Pump House S.O.B? It's alright. It's got a nice bitter taste to it. The only slight against it is it's not very caramelly, and it's also not a very complex beer. Otherwise, though, it's a pretty good bitter. I recommend giving it a shot. If bitter beers are your thing, then this is definitely recommended. But I'm not going to give it any higher than like a 3.5 out of 5. Just because it's not overly fantastic, but it's not bad either. It's better than average. And I'd certainly give it a try if you want to try it. Anyway, thank you for watching Maxwell Starr's beer review, and tune in next time. We got more coming. Talk to you later.